For months at this point, I've pretty much been hypermaxed in all mining regards, and I've done everything possible in all of mining, and eventually when I max my setup, and you're probably like, how much more do you have to max? I will make a video about that. But I want to talk about mining progression as a whole, and in fact, I think that early game mining is kind of lackluster in a way where most gear doesn't really matter to you. In fact, you could probably get Heart of the Mountain 7 with full prospecting armor, a mithril pickaxe, and the Picobulus ability. It's very, very bad. And not in a bad way, like progressing fast is good, but it feels like the gear that you get in the early game seems kind of mediocre. But before we get into that, I want to thank you guys all for subscribing, and I would also appreciate it if you're a new viewer to subscribe. I'm the only yapper on SkyBlock, and I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe, maybe even comment. I don't know, but I would appreciate it. For example, let's look at the set bonus ability of Glaciite Armor. Glaciite Armor is only going to give you a whopping 2 mining speed for each mining level that you have. And the fact that Glaciite Armor is an early game setup, you're most likely not even going to be using this set when you're level mining 60 or when you're even level like 30. You're gonna move on to something maybe even potentially better than Glaciite. So it seems like a lackluster set bonus when they could maybe add something a little more detailed, or it makes the progression a little bit easier. Or we can move on to the Goblin Armor, which set bonus is going to give you 1 mining speed per 15 intelligence, and you also have to understand that most players are not going to have that much intelligence in the early game. So it seems kind of unfortunate why only especially 1 mining speed for 15 intelligence when most players who are doing this are only going to have 500. They're not going to have all of this intelligence to even make use of this armor set, and it seems kind of silly to me. I do have Yogg in the thumbnail. I think Yogg is in an okay state. My regard with Yogg is it seems like it has potential to rival something, but it's not there. But I'm gonna be honest, I think Yogg is probably in a great place. Maybe if it gave you a little bit more fortune, I think it could be good. I think the set bonus could also give you fortune as well with your Yogg's kill. By the way, this is what it does. It's basically every Yogg killed gives you a speed, and this is probably one of the better set bonuses, but maybe it gives you 0.25 fortune for every Yogg kill or something like that, or they could work on it. It just seems like this gear is lackluster, and obviously the main part of this video is of talking about the armor. I also want to talk about the drills. Most people only use 4 drills. You have your Mithril drill, your Jasper drill, and your 655 and your Devon. That's probably all you're going to use in the game. Maybe you'll get the Gauntlet, but it just even then, you don't need the Gauntlet because you can just use a jungle pickaxe to mine sludge to make money to pay for your 655. There's no point in buying any of the other drill options because there's no incentive to buy them. So it just seems a little silly, and I don't know. I think that they could perfect the early game a little bit more to make it maybe more engaging, or make it so that the gear that is provided in an earlier stage seems more interesting than what they have now. As my perspective, for somebody who's mined probably for 1,000+ hours, I'm looking at this gear and I'm like, why would I ever purchase this in the early game? I'm not going to use this. There's no incentive. It doesn't make me want to use it, and it just seems kind of silly. Other than that, that's today's mining rant. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you agree with me. I think that the armor is kind of useless, as well as the drills, but you let me know, and maybe we can think of some cool new ideas I can talk about in another video. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you later.